was never really good playing role of the puppet. Too busy being me to be concerned with perception of the public. Everyone is buzzing, but everybody ain't thinking about a budget. I want ownership in something.
Hey man, it's your boy Jim CV. We are back with another video for the channel. Man, I got to tap in because man, I'm doing this new segment on the channel called Rise Up. Well, it's not new, but I'm bringing it back, right? And today we're gonna be talking about rapper Nick Grant, right? Nick Grant has been on the come up at the cusp for a while, right? Let's just get into this, all right? Now, Nick Grant, classic story, small town roots, beats, big city, big dog ambition, right? He's definitely lyrical. He's definitely been around for a hot minute, right? He's influenced by that 90s golden era, you know, that Nas, J, you know, Wu-Tang, Tupac, you know how it was. You know what it was coming up in the 90s, right? Born in the 80s especially, right? So that's his style is just a direct reflection of that, you know, and how and where he was raised, right? South Carolina bred, very small town, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, you know what I mean? But yeah, and I believe it's what, Walterboro? Yeah, Walterboro, South Carolina, right? So with these small town roots, right, and being from it, right? Of course, with a lot of us 80s babies, he grew up, his father was absent, right? And he was raised by his mom and his grandma, right? So, of course, he was raised by his grandmother and older uncles, right? Because mom slipped in and out, you know what I mean? So that old school influence, and because he was raised by that older generation, he just spent time around the elders, soaking up that game. So he had a maturity beyond his years, basically. And you know, this is how it goes sometimes, right? So then, you know, it leaves a kid that's a little bit more mature than his peers, feeling like he was raised in the wrong era. And that's something that, you know, came out of his own mouth, right? And they had a small hip hop scene in his small town where he was from, right? Of course, you know what I mean? Because it's not New York, LA, you know, one of those bigger cities. The market is different, right? So he was known to hoop, right? Sound like J. Cole a little bit, you know. Started out hooping, you know what I mean? But Nick Grant even played baseball, you know what I mean? So he basically got with a group of friends around 12 and they dared him to write some raps, right? They dared him to test his pen. And basically he fell in love with the craft and just began spitting and, you know, doing his thing, what he do, you know. And then eventually 16, you know, he moved down to Atlanta, right? To live with his sister. I mean, to get closer to that, you know, that thing he loved so much, right? And he was just ditching school in college just to battle, right? Like really, you know, honing his chops, right? And he would head that, you know, he would leave and go to Clark, Atlanta, man, jump on their campus and spit with the older cats, right? And so that's, you know, that's a part of the, you know, the love, just jumping out there and, you know, showing himself, you know. And eventually he found the sound, man. And his direct influences, Nas, Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Rakim, and the Tribe Called Quest. And it sounds like it when you hear, you know, you hear that this older hip hop influence, right? Because, you know, it's not so bar heavy nowadays, but, you know, in a part of his career early on, especially when I noticed him. I noticed him on the Sway in the Morning freestyle, um, doing joints with Sci High, really putting in that groundwork, right? And then, he was co-signed by G, co-signed by Sci High the God. I mean, Sci High the Prince. I'm sorry. And basically, you know, Charlemagne even shouted him out on the Breakfast Club a few times. When he first got on, he did a couple interviews, but he was initially signed to, if I'm not mistaken, Cultural Republic, um, which was, or I don't know if I believe it was still around, but I don't hear too much about it. But it was actually started by Jason Jeter from Grand Hustle and Shaka Zulu from Disturbing the Peace, right? And even when you look on Wikipedia as of today in this moment, it says that Nick Grant is signed to Grand Hustle, which I think that is an error and a mistake. I believe that he's completely independent if he dissolved his relationship with partnership with Cultural Republic. But I mean, Return of the Cool, 88, right? These different projects, right? And then Loveland, I believe, and he just dropped one hell of a project. He's dropped Punch with TDEs on it, and I believe it's called Smile. But the Sunday Dinner project with Tape Beats. Man, listen, Nick Grant has been getting busy, right? He has about 12 projects, if I'm not mistaken. And let me just pull it up. Let me try to find it, and really get into, what's up with it and basically what it is, right? Because, again, we looking at these individuals and, we want to know, right, the history. Now, he says he was born in 89, right? So again, he's around my age, 36, 37. I'm 38, right? But I took it personal. I remember that project, Sunday Dinner, Welcome to Love Land, Dream Out Loud. I remember he had the 96 Bulls freestyle song, Seat at the Table +1. Again, Return to the Cool, 88, and Smile 2026. So the brother has been getting busy. I believe he is independent, right? And again, man, I just want to see more, right? He's a part of a hip hop collective as well, A Room Full of Mirrors, alongside fellow rappers Punch, Daylight, and the Itchy Bon Don, Lyric Michelle, and there's a couple more, that's unlisted. And what I'm looking at, and man, listen, that project with Tay Beast, Sunday Dinner was tough, man. I'm gonna do another one because I had did one on Benny the Butcher before. I had did one on Black Thought, and this is just me highlighting, the lyricists, right? The guys who get busy on that mic and don't get enough credit. Like we talk about the Kendrick, the Drakes, the J. Cole, the J's, the Hoes, the Nas. We talk about so many because again, sometimes hip hop is oversaturated. Or we talk about this young crowd, and we forget about these guys who really put belt to ass with their pens, man, and they really get busy. And this is somebody I've been listening to for a good while. And I just wanted to highlight him. And truth be told, Punch from TDE got bars like it's something in the water. It's talent everywhere, man. No matter what genre, no matter what part of the culture you're from, what part of the country you're from, or the world for that matter, people get busy. And this made me look at it like, okay, we forget that J. Cole is Southern rap. We forget that, that some of these gentlemen were born in the South, but they have influence. And it just goes to show you that when you talk about the 100,000, when we talk about Scarfaces and the guys who write their raps and try to come up with the best, we're not going to keep giving all of the love and respect to NY because it may have started there, but it branched out, right? I'm from Maryland. I'm from Baltimore. So by me being from Baltimore, we get a little bit of everything. We have our own style, all of that, right? When we are talking about these small places who don't get enough light, it is talent in the water. And I just would like to highlight that, right? Like right now, you got amazing 3-night show at the Yankee Stadium with Jay-Z. He bringing out heavy hitters, people who he's shared the stage with before, some he hasn't shared the stage with as much. But we looking at, man, it's a great year for hip hop. It's a great time to be a part and a student of hip hop. And I just love where it's going, even though the money may not be there because of streaming and things like that, man. Nick Grant is a dope individual. I would love for you guys to check him out, right? So do me a favor. If you watch this video, if you come across it, if you see anything involving Nick Grant, check it out. But right now, hit them comments, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, man. This is Gems TV, and we are back with another segment of the Rise Of, man. And peace, good night to you, man. And check my man Nick Grant.